So now let's see what happens if we trigger an error. And to do that, I'm going to search for an object that doesn't exist, which will give me a 404 error, and you can see that here. It prints out generic error, so we skipped this we got data, we skipped the success block, went straight into our error event block, and we printed this out, and then we printed out the always fires complete message. So as you can see, complete is called both times, but I want to bring some attention to this JSON response, and you can see that the first key is actually a 404. So that can be a little bit difficult to deal with, because when you get an error, you don't know if it's going to be a 404 or a 401 or a 400 or whatever it could be. So you need to have a way to check what kind of error it is. And CloudMine offers a very simple way to do that in the JavaScript SDK, and that is by defining some specialized events. So 404 is one of those specialized events, and you can find a full list of our events on our documentation website, which is just cloudmine.me/docs. But let's go ahead and we're going to do 404 error, print out the error, and let's go ahead and we're going to run it again. And this time you'll see that we display both errors. So we have this 404 error, so we can handle so we caught this 404 event, and we can handle all of our 404 specific logic here. And then we also triggered the generic error event. So that's kind of a gotcha to make sure you watch out for. If you're searching for these specialized events and you have the general error block, both blocks will be called. Both events are triggered. So you want to make sure that you don't have any specific logic in this error block here. But you can chain any number of these specialized events together. So you could also chain, search for the 404, you could chain a 400, chain a 401, anything that's in the list on our documentation page, you can chain. And so you can kind of give a nice flow to your code and really break out the different error handling code blocks that you need. So that's pretty much it. It's a good quick explanation of how we recommend you handle async events in our JavaScript SDK. And I hope you will join me next time when I dive into debugging with our SDK.